YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. What a gorgeous day we're having here. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday here at the shop. I got the door open. It's such a gorgeous day. It's like 13, 14 Celsius outside. Just airing out the store a bit here. Very busy. Lots of customers coming in waves. So I made a video for you guys. It was 12 minutes long. It was really well detailed. And camera had to restart. Server error occurred. And I poured my heart out in that video. And I'm really choked that there was a server error that occurred and had to restart my camera. Anyways, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's over. What did I talk about in the first video? Well, I'll tell you guys what I talked about. I'm not an economist, guys. I have no education. I can barely read. You guys need to understand that. My channel is based off a platform where people discuss. We have Mike in the Night. We got trends in the housing market. We got people calling in on Skype and calling in on my phone and discussing what's happening in their areas and their neck of the woods and how it's affecting them and their families. And a lot of people have been emailing me and messaging me on Skype, and people messaging me on the comments in the YouTube area saying that I'm very unprofessional, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, this leads me to the next topic here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know why? And do you know why for so many years I've been saying I don't know nothing? Because I don't. Who does? That's the question. Derivative markets out of control, housing markets crashing, oil plummeting, civil unrest in France, people in Australian proper can't even buy in their own country. Canadian proper can't even buy in their own big cities. For a Canadian to be able to afford comfortably, they have to leave big cities and move to small towns, just like I did. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been happening. We've been sold out to the highest bidders. The whole west coast of United States and Canada is completely bought out to the highest bidders, to the most wealthiest investors, and parking their money here for basically in a more secure, stable government, right? And now all this migration pact signing, all this crap, nobody knows what's going on. Anyone that tells you that knows what's going on, tell them to draw it out on a whiteboard. Show me. What's happening here? Why is this happening? And a lot of people, one guy brought up a really, really good question. And he said, Mike, you've been forecasting this housing crash for the last 8 years. Eventually, you're going to be right. Like, how is this? This is nothing. You're nothing. I'm like, no, it's not that. This housing crash is the most bizarre, underlying, government-involved, fraud-involved a cycle of that we're going into in the history. Nobody could predict what's going to happen in this. And I've been following the housing market for so long, and a bit of the oil crash in 2015 and 16, and different sectors, the marijuana sector, people that bought when I did. And I told, back in the day, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to give financial advice. I was telling people to buy marijuana stocks, and Weed.to, I bought it at $3, and Aurora, I think I bought it at $1.50, and all these big names I bought in huge numbers. And then, you know, I was telling people, people followed me on that and stuff like that, and I did pretty well. And now I invested a bit in oil, because oil is tanked 3 times, and I purchased 3 times every time it tanked. But don't take my advice on this, because I don't know. I don't know where things are headed. Nobody knows where things are headed. The housing. Now, you got the the Royal Commission in Australia. They're going over everything. The amount of garbage they're finding on people's books is phenomenal. On these banks, charging people that have died years ago for bank charges. They don't call the next again. Hey, lady, how you doing? I know you're struggling, but your husband has 90 grand here. Should we keep charging his account $2,000 in fees a year, or would you like that 90 grand for yourself? No, they keep charging dead people's accounts for fees. These insurance scams that they're doing, phenomenal. No one's out to help the customer anymore. Guys, anyone but your barber you don't trust. Your barber, you're going to have to trust him. You give him $20 and say, okay, cut my hair. I don't trust myself doing it. But when it comes to buying a house, buying a car, buying anything, you do your own due diligence. You have internet. You look up what you're doing. You do mortgage calculators. You find out what you could afford. You find out what you could do, what you're comfortable with. Because this is the great Canadian, the great American, the great blah, blah, blah buyouts. This is what it is. We are being sold out to the wealthiest investors that come in that want to park their money in secure countries. And if you go from North Vancouver, all Squamish or Whistler, all the way down to San Diego, Tijuana border, it's the exact same thing. Empty homes, empty towns, all investment-owned properties, and people migrating east. Like myself, I migrated east. I left Vancouver. I'm not going to pay $2 million for a bungalow. I am sorry. Oh, poor white boy can't afford a bungalow. Oh, I could afford a bungalow, but I'm not paying $2 million for a house that's realistically worth $300,000, if that. But anyways, Captain Obvious. Why are there so many Captain Obviouses? Why? Now, where was everybody when I was out making videos? Why weren't people helping me? Why was I the only one that was out there talking about this housing problem, talking about the runoff on our banking system? Why doesn't anyone talk about this? Why is it me? Everyone's post-diction. You know what post-diction is? This is happening. Okay, now I'm going to talk about it like I'm talking about it like I warned people. You didn't warn nobody. I've been talking about this for years. I've been following the Sydney market for 5 years. Oh, I've been following the Auckland market in New Zealand for 4.5 years now. And the new government that was put into place in New Zealand, that's for housing and protecting the local Kiwi and banning foreign investors. There's lots going on, okay, guys? And to properly try to explain what it is I'm trying to say, I can't, because I don't know. I'd be very hard-pressed to find somebody out there that really knows with what's happening. Civil unrest in France, Why? Here's the thing. Why didn't these Captain Obviouses that are coming up now and telling everybody what's happening and this and that, why are they all post-diction? Why aren't they predicting? Why didn't nobody predict? I predicted all this crap. Do you know why? Because none of it's normal. Oh, I'm going to pay $2 million for a bungalow. I'm like, what? Mike, that's what a house is worth. You got to get with the times. I'm like, no, I could buy Bon Jovi's house for $2 million. What are you talking about? A bungalow for $2 million? That's not going to fly. Groceries going up in price. Inflation. Our dollar's worth less. Interest rates. Now they want to cut interest rates back. They want to bring in more wealthy investors to offset this crisis that started. I've been talking about this for years. Where was everybody else? Why wasn't anyone backing me up? Now, everybody's all post-diction. Oh, by the way, this is happening, and this is happening in France, and then now with the banking cartel going down, it's like, where's prediction? Where's Nostradamus? You telling me ever since internet came out, everyone can't predict anything anymore? When it comes to this crisis? I told people, don't buy if you can't afford it. Don't buy a new car, buy a used car for $3,000, because in 3 years from now, you can sell that same car for $3,000. I've been telling people for years. I've been warning people about this. Guys, there's no way to find out. There's too many fuses. There's too many fuses on too many fronts. The second all those fuses are lit right now, the automotive sector. You got consumer confidence is down. Of course, consumer confidence is down. We're working poor. Once the working poor can't buy and spend, goodbye economy. Then you got to ship out to rich countries. Canada will become like a third world to ship out to richer countries where their middle class is bigger, so Canada could produce and export. And then the cycle continues again. We shipped everything out. We lost everything. I'm asking for all the post-diction Captain Obviouses out there to start predicting properly, educating people properly. I don't give financial advice, and I don't give economic advice because I can't read and I don't have education. I'm here to develop conversation, for us to talk. There's a lot of back and forth channels, like that guy on AMTV. He's been talking about, there's Bitcoin, this and this and that. But a year ago, 2 years ago, when Bitcoin hit 20 grand, he was telling everyone to buy Bitcoin. It's going to go to $1 million, blah, blah, blah. Buy Bitcoin. And now he's telling people, I did okay. I bought Bitcoin at $100. Wait a minute. When you bought Bitcoin at $100, you were telling everyone that it was the world currency, the mark of the beast. Bitcoin is evil. So why didn't you tell your people to buy at $100? Why didn't you tell your 1 million subscribers to buy at $100? Oh, this guy started going nuts after Bitcoin hit 20 large. He started saying, "Oh, Bitcoin courses, this, that, Ethereum, this courses. Sign up for my course, $300, blah blah blah." Why didn't you tell people to buy it at 100? What's with this post-diction crap? And that's what's pissing me off. The post-dictors out there, not predictors. I've been foreseeing something like this happening for the longest time because of the massive government intervention, the massive wealthy investors coming in and buying us out, the historically record low interest rates, the changes that countries, some of these Western countries have seen in the last 5 years is more than the last 1,000 years they've seen. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. This is the second time I'm doing this video. Comment below. Thanks for tipping me, hitting me up in the tip jar. It means a lot to me. It really does. I feel like accomplished, you know, when someone sends me $2. Because I feel like I don't know, I feel good. Anyways, guys, let me know. Captain Obvious is out there. Smarten up. Start telling people what's really happening and where things are going to be headed. Stop telling us, oh, but if we did this, oh, if you had an extra fire escape door on the left side of the building, we could have saved 10 more lives. But the building burnt to the ground already. We lost 10 people. Oh, well, next time put a fire escape there. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for commenting on the channel. It means a lot to me. The comments is what makes this channel valuable. It's people exchanging information. Thanks for watching.